Right, welcome to an introduction to the second stage model. This is a NQ model or ES or YM model that you will only ever need if you want to succeed in trading. It's high win rate and produces consistently every single week. So let's just jump straight in. What is the second stage model? The second stage model is a structured intraday strategy designed to capture the second leg of institutional delivery after the 9:30 New York Open. It uses higher time frame bias, daily, hour 4 and the hour 1, intermarket SMT and a precise 10 o'clock to 11:30 a.m. expansion window to identify high probability continuation setups with risk. I like the saying, let 9:30 be the earthquake and we'll catch the tsunami, meaning we'll catch the wave. Why 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m.? This window represents the second stage of intraday delivery. 9:30 NY Open is the initial earthquake, volatility, liquidity sweeps, and engineered moves designed to set up the true direction. 10 o'clock to 11:30 is when institutional order flow typically steps in, driving the expansion leg of this session. Aligning trades with higher time frame bias during this period allows for high probability directional setups with cleaner structure. This window consistently produces the cleanest expansions, avoiding the 9:30 chop and late session fade. Core contents. The second stage model is built on a structured, time-based approach to capture the continuation leg of intraday price delivery. Daily bias and the hour 4 anchor establishes the directional context using the daily draw and the previous hour 4 candle as a short-term anchor point. SMT helps confirm there's manipulation within the market, and it also helps us confirm where the wick is being produced on the current hour 4 candle. So that is also key, which we will talk about. 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. execution window focuses on the second stage of delivery, avoiding the 9:30 volatility and late session fades. SMT plus CISD entry sequence utilizes divergence and a clear shift in delivery on lower time frames for precise entries with tight risk with protected lows. Right, one thing I'm always trying to do when trading NQ is trade a range. So where's our range that we're playing? Where's sell stops and where's buy stops? Here's sell stops, here's buy stops. Once we come back into this range and we start seeing bullish order flow, my eyes are then going to up here, assuming this is the drawn liquidity. Now this is just this week's price action, and I'm going to talk through all the setups that offered Monday to Wednesday this week using the second stage model. So this is Monday's price action. First we need a higher time frame SMT. So where can we see this? Well, we get it right here with YM. We'll go from here to there, and roughly here to here. So this makes a higher high, this makes a lower low. So when we have the higher time frame SMT, that's one thing checked off our list. Now what we do is wait for 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. opens here, and you may be thinking, well, 9:30's already done the big move, we must have missed it. No, it's completely wrong. When there's an expansion candle after 9:30, usually the next candle is going to be an expansion as well. We use the previous hour 4 candle to help frame our bias. As we can see, this hour 4 candle that closes at 10 a.m. closed above here, closed above here, so it favors long positions. So let me just click back on this candle and we'll walk exactly how we made our trade. So we drop to the M5. So we have a higher time frame SMT down here. We wait for 10 a.m. and what we're looking for here is some sort of open low high close delivery. So we want to see the wick being created on the hour 4. So we open here and we've had an open low high close delivery here. This is a wick being formed on the hour 4. So what we want to see here is some sort of change in the state of delivery, order block, etc. We see we consolidate here. And now, full transparency, I didn't take this trade because I wasn't trading Monday. But this was a very clean setup of the second stage model. You would have set your limit here, and you would have targeted a 2 to 1. But one thing we need to make sure we do have when we do this is lower time frame SMT, which you can see we get it here with this candle here, and get it here on YM, these becoming equal lows. Now we have a lower time frame SMT form. This becomes our protected low, therefore our stop loss goes below this low. We get tagged in here, and it's a bit of a journey, but we get our 2 to 1 here. We proceed to the next day, and what are we still in? We're still in bullish order flow, so I'm expecting us to still continue higher whilst we're doing bullish order flow. We've created equal highs here, and then at 9:30, which is going to be the next candle, we wick down, going back into the discount of this range here, tapping into this fair value gap, and then producing higher. So what do we need first on our checklist? Higher time frame SMT, which we get here. This makes a lower low, and NQ, is it this one? Or you can pick any one you like. Makes a higher high, therefore causing SMT divergence within the market. So now what we do, we wait for 10 a.m. So here's 10 a.m. and now we're waiting for what? A change in the state of delivery and a lower time frame SMT. Also, we need to build the wick of the next hour 4 candle. So we need open, low, high, close delivery. So we open, we go lower. Let me just again referencing the previous hour 4 candle, you see how we've pretty much closed back into this range, and it looks like we're going to be forming some sort of swing low, and price can only reverse from swings. So when I'm seeing this candle go lower, I'm thinking, yes, we're forming the wick before we want to trade the body higher. That's what's going through my head here. So back onto the M5, price goes lower. Let me just space this out a bit, and we're waiting for lower time frame SMT. We've still not got it. Where do we have the lower time frame SMT? Here. With YM. There. So now we're waiting for a change in the state of delivery, which we get here. I market entered here with my stop below here, and I targeted the range high. What was the previous day high? Around here. So it was just under a 2-to-1. You can see it on screen now, and as you can see, a relatively forward trade. Again, we're in bullish order flow, so what am I expecting? For us just to continue higher, to target these original buy stops up here, which we said for look, range low to range high. So now I'm expecting us keep with this order flow to at least over here. So we start on the 4-hour here. We can see that we're in a gap, and we're also closing back in this range here. So what am I assuming for the next 4-hour? Once this closes, because it does close somewhere around here, I'm expecting an open low, high close, create a swing low, and for us to change the body of the candle to target these highs or these highs up here. So what do we need first? A higher time frame SMT, which we get with YM here. I believe this makes a lower low here, and this makes a higher high here. So there's a higher time frame SMT. Now we need to hop onto the M5, and we wait for the open low high close delivery so we can make the wick of the hour 4 candle, a lower time frame SMT, and a change in the state of delivery. So as you can see, we're open at 10 a.m. and we already have created a lower time frame SMT here, but I'm still wanting to see more. I wanted to see some SMT where I can put on my stop loss, and we also want to see open low high close delivery so we can form that wick. So we go a little bit higher pretty much at the beginning, and we're still waiting here. We're still looking for that lower time frame SMT. Do we have it here? We do have it here. As you can see, we have SMT formed here with YM. So this will be, if we closed above here, this will be a safe space to put our stop loss. Let's keep it going, see what happens. Alright, we'll go lower here. Is there more SMT formed? Yes, we have SMT here and there. Oops, that was not what I wanted. And there. So now we have a lower time frame SMT. We have 3 lots of lower time frame SMT. So now we're just waiting for a change in the state of delivery. We get a closure above here. That for me is a good enough closure to long, which I did on my 200k CFD account. I was wanting to long on my Top Step account, but sadly Top Step was it weren't working at this point. You know what they're like with Project X. So I longed here on my CFD market, longed, and then I waited until we got closed here, and then I set the limit on Top Step here to catch the inverse. My stop was like here, and it was I got back a 1.5 R, to be honest. Yeah, it was more than that. That was pretty much what I got on my Top Step, because I was targeting the previous day highs here and not the actual range highs to play it safe. I always like certain TPs instead of trying to push my limit TPs. And then we get tagged in here. Almost stops us out, but didn't. And again, you can see, look, the swing low being formed. And then boom. Wait, boom. We get both TPs just like that. That's 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, where this model formed. It's a very simplistic model. You wait for 9:30 to do the damage. Let 9:30 what it wants to do. Because I bet a million people, including old me, would have, let me just delete all this, took this here. We're bullish, 9:30 is expanded, tag us in, stop below here or whatnot, aim for 2 to 1. And then we just get absolutely wrecked because it hasn't finished taking liquidity. That's why I wait until 10 a.m. and we use the lower time frame SMT to confirm the wick has been formed. Once the lower time frame SMT is in and the change in the state delivery, in my head I'm thinking, right, the wick's formed now. The wick to this hour 4 candle here, this has formed. So now I'm looking to get involved to trade this body. And that's exactly what happened. If we look here, and where do we get the SMT? Within this price action here, correct? We've got it here. We got it all around here. I don't need to mark it all out again, but we got it all around here some way, some form. There was loads of SMT. So that's when we had the lower time frame SMT being formed here, and we have this closure above here. That's what's going in my head. Then I'm thinking, right, okay, the wick's been formed. Now the body is ready to cook. Now we're ready to expand. And that's when I get in line. It's a very simplistic model. Backtest it yourself. I'm currently reaching between a 60 and 75% win rate on FX Replay, backtesting it. I've backtested it loads in different years. I backtested 2015 and I hit a 70% win rate. I did a random month the other day, 2022. I hit a 70% win rate. It's a very good model. You just need to train your eyes to see it. If you would like to see more, leave a comment below and I'm happy to do a full free series breaking down every single thing. This means the open low high close, the wicks of the hour 4 candle, everything, swing lows, to make sure you thoroughly understand this model step by step, and then you can start seeing it more. Take care and peace.